to be with you all once again. As the United States and Australia celebrate our past century of partnership and look toward the next century of friendship, I was inspired to bring together the vibrant Australia spring and crisp American autumn as the seasons ripple across our great painted landscapes. This evening, in just a few moments actually, the President and I will welcome Prime Minister Albanese and Ms. Hayden to the White House. We are excited to build our strong friendship and show them pieces of our country that make us proud. And tomorrow, Ms. Hayden and I will visit the National Cancer Institute to see the incredible work they are doing for children with cancer, a cause that is close to both of our hearts. Nurturing our partnerships and relationships with our allies is critically important, especially in these tumultuous times. Food is comforting, reassuring, and healing. And we hope that this dinner provides a little of that as well. And while we had initially planned for the legendary B-52s to perform their iconic dance and party music, we are now in a time when so many are facing sorrow and pain. So we made a few adjustments to the entertainment portion of the evening. The band will attend the dinner as guests, and the President's own Marine Band and the Army and Air Force Strolling Strings will provide instrumental music for the dinner. The United States and Australia may stand on opposite sides of the globe, different hemispheres, different seasons, but despite our distance, we share so much. A dedication to democracy, a reverence for freedom, a devotion to equality, and a love for the natural wonders of our nation. Every detail of this dinner has been thoughtfully planned by a team of people from across our government. So I want to thank our White House residence staff, our chefs, and our wonderful guest, Chef Katie Button, our social team, and the State Department staff who've been working so hard to make this visit meaningful. Thank you all for being here. And I've asked the chefs to share samples of the dessert so you can taste a little piece of what our guests will enjoy tomorrow night. So now I'd like to turn it over to our social secretary who has guided this process, Carlos Elizondo. Carlos?
Thank you, Dr. Biden, and thanks to each of y'all for joining us today. As you all know, this is our fourth state dinner, and with each one, the First Lady has brought her warmth and her heart to making the guests feel at ease, even when home is far away. She has chosen decor that will delight and surprise, but will still give guests, whether they are from Australia or from the United States, something that reminds them of the familiar landscapes of their homes. The moment guests walk into the pavilion tomorrow evening, they will be immersed in color. The ceiling will be draped in an ombre of cool colors, starting with seafoam green and ending in a deep blue. The cloth will cascade into earthen greens, blues, and soft pinks, framing the stage, replicating how sunlight hits the cliffs and rocks of a coast in those final moments of each day. Hanging alongside the draped fabric will be golden chandeliers dotted with pink roses, the national flower of the United States. And at every table, roses bloom alongside Australian eucalyptus and dahlias and delphiniums, which grow across both our countrysides. Interspersed among them, pears, pomegranates, apples, and red and green grapes, common to both American and Australian tablescapes, reminding us all of the bounty of fall and how much we share. Dr. Biden always sets a table with candlelight and flowers, often fresh cut from her garden. Tomorrow night's arrangements will bring that same natural ease of being in someone's home, with tables featuring blooms in vases, large and small, making guests feel as if they are sitting in a field of flowers. And the aroma of the roses and eucalyptus will fill the air, pulling guests out of the concrete city and into their memories of time spent in the fresh air of our shared landscapes. Warmly colored table linens will match the painted pastel palette, falling into an ocean blue carpet. At each place setting, a glass charger will echo the sunset around it. Its swirling colors going from teal to rust to peach to white. And covering the head table, you will find a sequined floral design mirroring the flowers sitting on top of it. And beside them, gold brushed flatware with stone handles, a nod to the rocky coastal feeling of the drapery. The President and Prime Minister will offer their toasts in front of a backdrop of vibrant blue. And running across it, bouquets mirroring the blossoms on the tables, their leaves growing together, intertwining our nation's natural worlds. Dancing between the greens, pinks, reds, and purples, the bright orange of American monarch butterflies, and the electric blues and yellows of Australian cairns birdwing butterflies. And bursting for the backdrop, dozens of three-dimensional paper flowers bring the garden to life. This rich design will also be reflected in the program at each place setting. I'd like to thank Brian Raffinelli and his entire team, who have been incredible to work with and have brought so much thought and passion to this design. Thank you, Brian, for bringing your talent and innovation to this project and for being such a great partner. Finally, I also want to thank the many teams, especially my team, Team Social, and the Office of the Chief of Protocol, who have worked tirelessly for months to make this official visit memorable. Dr. Biden has chosen a menu that will also showcase American ingredients and innovation, thanks to our team of all-female chefs. So now it is my pleasure to introduce our incredible guest chef, Katie Button.
Hey, Katie. Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure to preview tomorrow's anticipated state dinner menu in honor of Australia. The invitation to work with First Lady Jill Biden on this menu has been an incredible honor and true privilege. We wanted to welcome the guests from Australia with the warmth and bounty of fall in the United States. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina, tucked away in the Blue Ridge Mountain region of southern Appalachia, a region that is rich in farming and food culture. My background is in science. I'm a master's in biomedical engineering turned chef. Now I study how care and passion of producers lends to high quality and better ingredients, and seasonality is an essential part of taste. Reflecting the bounty of the fall season, we start with a butternut squash soup and roasted beet salad with farro cooked in apple cider and sorghum. Sorghum is a truly Appalachian ingredient, pressed and reduced to a syrup as a less expensive sweetener than sugarcane during the Depression. The next course is sarsaparilla braised short ribs with a licorice, herbaceous, floral quality that pairs well with tender fall-off-the-bone short ribs. For dessert, hazelnut and chocolate mousse cake, a perfectly delicious end to the meal, and a festive entry to the upcoming holiday season. My deepest appreciation to Social Secretary Carlos Alessandro, Executive Chef Chris Comerford, and Executive Pastry Chef Susie Morrison for their collaboration and expertise. I look forward to showing my children a photo of the 3 female chefs responsible for tomorrow's meal. Now we will present the dishes for the press up close.
For the first course, we will be serving roasted beets with farro, like what Chef Katie alluded to earlier, that's cooked in cider and sorghum syrup. It's garnished with this wonderful pop sorghum. I didn't realize that you could pop it like a popcorn. It's really delicious. It's easy to do. So if you could get some of these grains, like for example at a store, just pop it like in a little pot. You could hear the crackling sound. It's a wonderful collaboration of different textures, the sweetness, and all of the herbs that envelopes the whole salad. We're also serving the roasted butternut squash soup, which is garnished with candied pumpkin seed, and it's like a tremendous, wonderful feeling of the bounty of the fall.
The second course is sarsaparilla braised short ribs on celery root puree with sorghum glazed carrots and some Brussels sprouts and a carrot jus. The short ribs, sarsaparilla is one of those roots that was the creation of root beer, and it's so delicious with the red wine and tender fall off the bone short ribs.
And I have the third course, which is the dessert. And as Chef Katie mentioned, it is a hazelnut and chocolate mousse cake, and we have creme fraiche ice cream. So the dark chocolate with the creme fraiche ice cream, and then we have a caramel sauce with also a chocolate soil, it's called, where we almost burn the ingredients to make it very, very intense and very chocolatey. So I don't know if you can smell it already, but it's very chocolatey and very delicious and very creamy, and the complement of hazelnuts caramelized on the top with fresh mint is just superb. So I hope that you'll enjoy what we've made today for you, and that you'll have the opportunity to take one and enjoy it, because we put a lot of love into making it. And I wanted to say thank you to Chef Katie for being here today with us, and for your recipes, because they're amazing. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Shall we pass out the samples, Elizabeth?
Yes.
Dr. Biden, at past dinners you've invited the Speaker of the House. Who are you inviting this year?
Guest list is coming out tomorrow night.
Is Margaret will be coming?
Yes. Want to take a picture of it? And we'll get them to bring up the